Hello, hello. I'm Lindsay and I am back again to review a product that I really just got a good experience trying while I was in Glacier National Park with my family for the first time. So yeah, that's why I have this fancy, awesome hat that I got in Glacier National Park. Anyway, so I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce the name of this company, but this is a camera photography backpack. The company is Besnfoto, B-E-S-N Photo, and this is their Rolltop Backpack, camera backpack. And I generally I'm a huge fan of Peak Design products, but I certainly can't afford a $300 backpack. I'm not doing photography professionally anymore. And even if I was, I don't know if I'd want to shell out for that much, even though their products are very unique and very high quality. So this was something I came across when I was looking for a camera bag. And the last time I had one, I got a Canon one like 15 years ago, and it opened like a regular backpack, which basically made having a backpack for a camera pointless, because every time I had it, even though it's convenient to carry it this way, I had to take the entire backpack down, set it down, turn it like this, open the whole thing up, and you had to make sure it was flat or everything would spill out. When you opened it up clamshell style, everything would spill out. So I kept away from using backpacks for a long time after that, just because I thought, it's not convenient. So since then, a lot of people have done a new thing with camera backpacks, which I think is just genius. And they've put these little zipper pockets on the side. And so you can unzip this while it's in your camera bag. Now, I wasn't too anal about this being like a tight fit, because I knew my hand was going to be right there, because you could see it kind of fell out a little bit when I opened it. But you could make the pads a little tighter. But just that part of having a backpack now makes this so much more convenient. So I am right-handed, and I find myself naturally, because I want to use my right hand, I find myself very naturally wanting to access the pocket on the right side. So if you're left-handed and you want to use your left hand, might not be as convenient for you. So it's got two straps, which I definitely used when we were hiking in Glacier National Park. It's got these little straps here that you can clip things onto. I have this carabiner here that sometimes I clipped a water bottle to, or my Peak Design tripod. When I took the case off, I would just put the case on here and let it dangle. It's got some D-rings, and then right here is where I put my Peak Design capture clip, which I can kind of show you how I use that. But so if I wanted to get my camera out quickly and it wasn't already out on my Peak Design capture clip, I just go like this, swing it to the side, open it, and I've got my Peak Design wrist strap here, which has actually come to be my favorite Peak Design product. And then I can just start moving along here. So I gotta put my backpack back on. So I guess you shouldn't put the strap on until I put this on. But the better way to really make sure I was ready for photos was to just go ahead and put this in my capture clip, so I was ready to take photos. So while I was on the trails, I definitely saw a lot of people with the Peak Design capture clip or something similar to it, carrying their mirrorless cameras like this. So definitely used by a decent amount of hikers. And if you've watched my videos before, you know this is a Sony a7C. Right now I have this with a Tamron 17-28 f2.8 lens. You may have noticed that I have some orange zipper straps on here. This bag actually comes with black ones, so if you want a more sleek, discreet look, that's what it comes with. I hate fumbling around looking for zipper pulls, and so I actually bought these separately so I could very quickly find the zippers. So anyway, to get back into the bag, I left it dirty. I don't know if you can see some of the dirt marks on here. It actually wipes off really, really easily, but I was rough with this thing. I sat it down on rocks. I sat it down on super dusty trails, and it gets really, really dusty, but over time it all comes off. So this bag has been a great purchase for me in terms of just best bang for my buck with a photography bag. One of the things that really attracted me to it, aside from the side access pocket, was it has a roll top, which I'll show you in a second. So it's got these nice, easily accessible handles, so I can, just pick it up with one arm if I need to. They come together by Velcro, and then it's got this quick magnetic clip that you can use here. So if I take the clip off, you can see I've got this nice roll top. And it's not the prettiest thing when you fill it up, but it is really, really convenient. So I had times where, I was wearing layers and I had a big sweatshirt on and my two kids were with me. And so I had, at one point I think I had my soft shell jacket, some snacks, and my kids' swimsuits all in this top part of the pack. So if you open it up, it actually extends all the way to where my hand is, how deep this pocket is. And here is an Under Armour size medium, just like soft shell jacket. And this very easily fits in here. And it only takes up this bottom section. So I still could fill up this top section with more, snacks or hats or whatever. And then I can roll it down. So it's still, it hasn't even filled up. And then you can loosen this up, according to how tightly you need that roll top. But the roll top was extremely convenient for me. You can access the roll top, aside from just the tippy top of the bag, by, so this is the side of the backpack that's on your back. But there is a weatherproof zipper, and all the zippers on the outside are weatherproofed. But you can access through here to get to this pocket. So there are two access points. And there are two plastic mesh pockets in here that Velcro. So they're both about, 4 by 5 inches maybe. So I have my bottom to my 70 to 200 zoom lens for the tripod, and then I don't have anything in here now, but I think I had some batteries and stuff in there. Let me clean this back up for you guys. This video is not as organized as my other one because I don't have a lot of time to prep for these since I've got two kids and I work. So on the front, there's also this really, really thin pocket. I used this to put trail maps, my wallet, sometimes my phone. I have a little book for photography notes, a really small one that I also slipped in here. And there's plenty of room for that. You could fit a magazine in here if you wanted. The bottom also has these like durable plastic tracks on here to protect the bottom of the bag, but also just to make sure it stands upright when you sit it down. So that's great. The back also is padded, so that makes it comfortable. It also has a pull through slip, so if you carry luggage, you could stabilize this on your luggage, pull strap. And the waist strap is removable, so you can completely take it off by just undoing this clip here. And these never came undone when I was using it. You can also choose to remove the chest strap, but I really like it there, so I have it there. For extra security with the back, because this is where you access everything that you've put on the inside, there are these little straps here. So there's one here and there's one over here. So when you know you're not using it for a long period of time, you can clip those closed just in case for some reason this zipper was to come open, the whole thing came out. But I'll show you in a second, there's extra security in here. So even if that did happen, you still have guards against things falling out. I never had anything come unclipped or undone when I was using this. On the side, you can put a water bottle in this pocket or a tripod. I got the Peak Design tripod for its compact nature, and I didn't get the carbon fiber one because that's a lot of money. So I got the regular one. And I've used the tripod without the case and the tripod with the case in this pocket. Both of them work great. So anyway, I just loved how compact this thing was when I used it. I'll try not to say too much more, sorry. This was fantastic to have because I've been working on landscape photography. I picked that up last year, and having a tripod that is just low profile, that you don't feel like is too much extra to carry, makes you that much more likely to use the tripod. Because I definitely find myself choosing not to take things a lot because I have to carry extra stuff for my kids, and then who likes a really heavy backpack or bag anyway? And this Peak Design tripod just was great for this trip. It was a little finicky using the head, but it was worth it for me. It would be great. I know you can attach other heads that are more convenient, but then it would become more awkward. Like I've got a nice kind of joystick ball head that I could put on here, but then it would be like this much longer if I left it straight up, or it would stick out at a right angle. And this is super low profile, and that's why I brought it, and that's why I used it. Okay, so I think I talked about everything on the outside of the bag. So now let's go to inside the bag. So one more thing I forgot to mention are the pockets on the inside of this camera flap. So right here, you've got one zipper pocket and two compartments within that pocket. So this I found I used frequently for putting my lens cap in, because I don't know, if I put it in any other pocket that's on me, I forget that I have it. So it's better if I just put it back in the bag. I've got a little memory card holder and an SD card in here. I've got my little remote for my camera, my remote shutter. And this was one thing that, I don't know, I use these pockets frequently, and I think it would have been better if they made like an optional maybe zipper here and zipper here, because if I have it straight up and down, then I don't know, sometimes I felt like I wanted to access it from up here instead of the side, but there are plenty of times where this actually would work just fine. So that's me, I think, just being extra picky. But anyway, I really liked having those pockets handy. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the back, and I've got my handy dandy orange pull tabs because that helps me know where everything is. So when you open it up, again, here is the extra security you have from things falling out the back of the bag. So that roll top pocket, you can, so this is actually the third access you have to it. So you can unzip this and unvelcro this, and you can access that whole pocket from there, as well as those plastic mesh pockets that I told you about. I didn't find myself using this one too often. And then if you actually want to take this entire divider out, I think, or you can fold it back and get it out of the way so that you could actually access down into here if you wanted, if you took this and folded it back. But I don't know, I don't think I would ever do that. I like the setup as it is. So this mesh here is a plastic mesh. So I can take this down, and then you see this is where my photography equipment starts. This would be where my camera goes, right here. So let's talk a little more about what is in here. So I have a Sony A7C, and one of the things that I discovered with my switch from Canon to Sony, and I think also just because I do landscape photography, so now I'm more aware of what may be on my sensor than ever before. I got this this little blower to blow on my sensor out in the field, and I just keep it in this bag because I don't want any dust or anything getting inside of it and then blowing that onto my sensor. So I just keep it in a bag, and I like to keep it handy. I have the V1S flash, and I was out in some, really harsh overhead light a lot, and wanted good photos of my family, and overcoming that harsh sunlight way out in the open was easy to do with my V1S on high sync. So that was cool. I had this wrapped around it and put in here just because that was the easier way for me to pack it when it wasn't in use. Then over here, I've got a Sony f4 24-105, and this was a fantastic travel lens for me. So it's got a nice zoom range. It's not really large. This is actually what I had on my camera most of the time that I was on Glacier. And if I needed to do landscape, I switched to my 17-28 if I wanted wider views. I also have a pack of case filters I have a circular polarizer, I have ND filters in here, and I got a couple step-up rings since my lenses are different sizes, but I want to be able to use these on all of my lenses. If anyone's interested in me posting a review of these, let me know. I know there are plenty out there of people that are probably way more practiced with this than me, but this, if you are looking to use photography filters and you want something that's easy and quick, these are magnetic, so they're really nice. You just put the mount on the lens that you're using. So you would put this, oh sorry, that's the polarizer. This is the cap to go on everything else. So apparently I have the cap on the polarizer right now. So you put the mount on, which doesn't have anything on it. And this side is the diameter of your lens, which in this case, I put it on a 67mm lens. And then this goes as wide as 82. So I can actually put this on 3 different lenses. And also if you get the filters larger than what your actual lens is, you get less vignetting. So Besnfoto advised me to get a larger one, and I did, and I'm really glad I did, because I noticed it start to vignette when I was using my 82 millimeter stuff. But anyway, you can easily just stack these magnetic filters in the field on top of each other. So if this is on the end of your lens, you just boom, you can do one, then you can pop on another one and another one if you want. So highly recommend these, although they're definitely pricey. That was my gift to myself last year. Okay, then over here, so one of the pads that comes with this is just this little pad that only has Velcro on one end, but it has it on both sides. And in the reviews, I saw people using it to wrap things. So I actually used it to wrap my teleconverter for my 70 to 200. So here's the new, I think it's called the GM2, Mark II, GM00OSS2 for Sony. And then I have a 2x teleconverter to put on there. I tried a couple different ways to pack this to see if I could keep the teleconverter on here, but this was just the best way to pack it, was to keep it separate. So anyway, I left this in here, and then if I ever was actually using my zoom a lot, I would just take this divider out and have the whole setup in there. For extra security, I took this divider and I put it and attached it here. So there's like 4 layers of security for this very expensive one, so it doesn't fall out. So I'm gonna wrap my teleconverter back up here. And I just sat it right on the end of my 70 to 200. I'm gonna put my 24 to 105 with the hood back in here. I'm gonna slap my case filters back in, my little sensor cleaner there, and then I will zip this back up. Okay, so now on the other side, so here is a laptop sleeve. I have a couple random things in here. Oh yeah, so these are some extra straps for the, I always stand outside of the screen. For the front of the backpack, I'm trying to remember what they're for. I think they're extra straps that you can put across those little, like, kind of loop seatbelt looking straps. So you could do extra chest straps. You could hang things with these. I think some people use these. Do they use them on the back? Oh, so it might be for this. So on the bottom there are some loops here, and there are loops up here. So if you wanted, you could put these 2 straps crossways, and you could, you know, pack a bike helmet or, I don't know, a sleeping bag or something else in there. I didn't need to use them. So here is a 14-inch laptop. I believe it's like almost 16 inches on the diagonal, but it's 14 horizontally. And so that fits in here, nice and padded. It's got a little security strap there. I definitely didn't take this with me when I was hiking, but when I was moving, you know, for my hotel room in the airport and stuff, I had an iPad in here. The iPad I'm using to record this. So here's another plastic compartment, and the zipper is very securely in place underneath this elastic thing. So in here, I kept my Peak Design neck strap, which I sometimes used, but most of the time I use that wrist strap. I also have a battery pack in here. So I have 2 extra batteries in here. And what's cool about this is a case for the batteries, but this also is where the batteries charge. And I can also use this as a cell phone charger. And this is the JYJZPB charger and power bank. And it also stores SD cards and batteries. So it's kind of heavy, but I really like that I have all this in one. I have a little flash stand in there, and then this is my Peak Design Pro Pad, which I ended up not using at all because I always had my, this is for the capture clip. If you're trying to put it in a spot that's not really stable, you can use this to help you make it stable. And I do use it a lot, but I didn't have to use it because I had everything on my on the backpack strap all the time. These back here. So anyhow, if you guys are looking for a good bang for your buck camera backpack, I can't recommend this enough. And you know, I watched a review by someone for this backpack a long time ago, and I thought, wow, yeah, that looks really cool. And I bought it for I think around $70 or $80, and I just checked Amazon today, and it's only $80. This has features that you only find in, you know, like $200 and above backpacks, and you can get it for $80, which is absolutely amazing. It's fully weatherproofed. Like this is like a, well, I guess don't quote me on fully weatherproof, but this is like a raincoat material here. It also comes with a rain cover, and didn't see it when I was going through all the pockets, so now I'm wondering if I lost it. But it does come with a rain cover. I may have moved it around. Wait, I wonder if it's this other one. So this is a Peak Design sling bag. Oh, I don't see it in here. Which I brought if I just needed my camera in a smaller pack, and then it functioned great as just a purse when I wasn't using it otherwise. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and maybe this is a product that you'll consider in your future. But $80 for all these features is a good deal to me. Have a great day.